This is Josiah Plays Masquerada Songs and Shadows. So we have finally come to the launch day of the full retail release of Masquerada Songs and Shadows. Previously on my stream and on my YouTube channel, I streamed and recorded both of the different demos that have been put out for this game. But now the full game is finally here. I'm surprised it released so quickly. They just kind of announced it just recently. They didn't give us much of a heads up, much of a warning. They just said, hey, by the way, the game's coming out, here you go. Which is cool. I backed this on Kickstarter and I've been looking forward to it for some time. It's by Witching Hour Studios and I think it's going to be a unique and interesting game. We're looking at a real-time with pause, isometric RPG with a very unique art style and a unique sort of Renaissance Venice, but with magic sort of setting. So it should be pretty cool. We're going to check out this little trailer that plays when you launch the game. We'll check this out first to get a little bit of the feel of the game going. So here we go.
Broken flag, fire burns, words escape, but the words escape. Where countrymen
It looks a little surprised at what happened there.
the flames will take, the words escape. The words escape.
I'm not quite sure what's happening here.
I call out to thee. Hear my spray, a portion yours
Masquerada Songs and Shadows. Well, it all looks very distinctive. I have no idea what that trailer was about or what just happened there, but there we go. So before we're allowed to start a new game, apparently we have to play the prologue tutorial. So let's do that. Hopefully this will teach us how to play the game. You ready? You got your disappointment pants on? Do you have a specific pair of pants for that? Here we go. At least it's got fast loading time. Or it just lies about the loading time. So this is the city, eh?
We did it, Cyrus. We're in.
Save your relief, Amadea. We're not out of the flames yet.
Cyrus, we must keep moving. Bretha, secure the west wing.
Come. We must head to the Hall of Bearings. There are still some of us that are unarmed.
Alright, so we have our characters Cyrus, Amadea, and Lysandra, I think. I don't know who any of them are, but we've just been introduced to them. She's got a spear. She's got a very large morning star. And he looks like he's just got like a regular sword. Alright, so I can click to move, if I wish. Or I can WASD to move. Settings. Let's see. I've already got that. I'm on normal difficulty. I think I've already set everything. Graphics are maxed out. Audio is set to a reasonable volume for recording. I haven't messed with any of this, but... Alright. So, right away we see the very interesting art style of this game. Kind of like a comic book style, or like a drawn art, cel-shaded sort of business. I don't know, it looks very cool though. Press E to interact. Alright. Well, this looks cool. We got a nice fountain here. Doesn't look like there's anything I can really do with these people. Like, I can't talk to them or anything, but this is just the tutorial, so I imagine my options are a little limited. Like, there's a lot of icons right over here. They're all grayed out right now, so... Let's see what's this way. Nothing is this way. We've got some guys following us. Does my borderline creepy adoration of Italians cover animated ones? Yeah, well, yes. Yes, it does. Italians are pretty awesome. Italy's pretty awesome. Oh, we're in combat, apparently. Alright, so I've got Cyrus, who has 400 hit points, 400 focus. He's got some abilities here. And apparently I also control this guy, Null. Let's see, what do we have here? A Portieri? 3 of them. One of them looks pretty heavily armored. What are my abilities? Signature attack, Ice Blade, costs 0. This one costs 15. Cold Stream Wash. That sounds cool. Right-click on an enemy to attack it. Got it. Your party members automatically acquire enemy targets in range. The red bar represents a party member's health. Use 1 to 4 for skills. Some skills require a target or target point. The yellow bar represents focus, which absorbs incoming damage. Oh, really? It's like a shield. The yellow arc around a character's feet denotes the shielded area. Ah, it's directional. We're gonna do this. Now we're gonna do this. Let's get in here. We're gonna use this again. Shoot off an ice blast. We're gonna do this. I don't really know what's going on here. There's a lot of chaos on my screen, but I mean, I can fully pause this out and issue commands just like in, say, Pillars of Eternity or Baldur's Gate or something. Like this guy can blast an enemy with dirt and dust. Target becomes interrupted and receives an earth tag. So then I put it on this guy, for example. And then I can switch to hometown here, and I can hit him with this. I could, like, walk around here and, like, flank him and hit him in the back where he doesn't have his shield or whatever. Now I can give him a water tag like this. Oh, there's another so I can hit both of them if I do this. Whoop! And then I can do this. Hit them both with an ice blast. Get nice and tactical with it. I'm sure there will be fire and earth magic. Well, this other guy had earth magic. And now I can't select any of my people, but... Well, we won that battle. I mean, if that would be kind of sad if the first fight in the tutorial if you lost. So I guess in the tutorial you better win the battle or else this game is crazy. Obviously, these are just decorative stairways. I can't... I say that, but here I am. Oh no, that doesn't lead anywhere. Loading times are fast. The White Spire, Hall of Bearings. Ooh, look, this looks fancy. This looks fancy. Look at my sweet-looking sword. And this is my guy, I guess, who has the earth magic.
Run! No! Stop them!
Alright, what are we working with here? We've got a whole bunch of enemies this time, including these big thug dudes. Water tag, water tag. Activates elemental tags. So you gotta tag them first and then hit him with this. That's how I think it works. So I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna ice blast these dudes. Tactical pause. Press spacebar to enter and exit tactical pause during combat. Yeah, the masks do magical shit. I mean, the masks are kind of like the main thematic element of the game. They're allegedly where the people are getting their magical powers from, if I understand correctly from reading the blurbs about the game. While in tactical pause mode, you can issue commands. You can also pan the camera freely while in pause mode. Pressing spacebar again will return combat to real time. Alright, so look, I've just fired this and put a water tag on both of these guys. You see that little blue dot above their head? If you then hit them with various types of attacks while they have that tag, they'll take a status effect. And what status effect they take depends on what type of elemental tag they have on them. So watch, that guy's got a tag. Now let's walk over here and hit him with this. Well, I don't know what that did to him. Maybe I need an earth tag. Maybe I need to put an earth tag on somebody. And my guys just go crazy doing their own thing whenever I'm not controlling them. Now these guys all have water tags. Oh, this guy's getting wrecked, isn't he? He's down, isn't? I don't know what's going on with him. Are we already getting our... Okay, and now I have this thing, which costs 50 mask charge, I guess, or mask ultimate. I can use it now. Increase attack speed. Now my attack speed is increased. Let's go. Revive. In the heat of battle, party members might go down. Revive fallen party members during combat by right-clicking on them. I see. That's nice. Reviving is nice.
Damn it! They've tunneled too far in. We can chase them.
Forget it. There are more than enough Masquerades here. Both of you take all you can and bring them to the troops.
I will tell Invidius. He should be done with...
Liz?
What? Cyrus, I'm not going anywhere. Not before that bastard is killed.
Neither am I.
Both of you listen. If we are to stand any chance at winning this, our men need these Masquerades.
So let Invidius take them.
And what if Portieri await him on the way back? Tell me you trust him, or anyone else, to defend against them.
Cyrus.
Honestly.
No.
Then go. And Amadea?
I can fight, Cyrus.
I know you can. Which is why you need to go with Lysandra and Invidius. They'll take care of you.
But...
No buts, Amadea. Now go, both of you.
I will be back with reinforcements. Don't you dare do anything foolish without me, Cyrus Gavar. Understand? Cyrus.
Yes. Now go.
I have a feeling he's going to do something foolish without them. So we just got rid of all of our extra people. So I don't really know what's going on here.
Do you, sir?
Oh, I mean it. But understanding and complying are two different things, Nal.
She's not going to be happy with you, sir.
The number of times I've heard that.
Apparently Cyrus gives no fucks. So I don't know what's happening here with the story. Obviously we jumped into this in media res. Lots of people are getting killed. This place is under attack by these Portieri, whoever they are. We've got some kind of very fancy looking glowing beam of light here. We have no idea what that is. We just lost Lysandra and Amadea. Now Nal and I are just gonna go off on our own little journey to do, well, whatever it is that we're doing. White Spire Concourse. Okay, so Malachart, Portieri. The Malacarts are on our side. That's why they glow green when I... The Portieri... So basically it's red versus blue. All the guys in red are our people. The guys in blue are the enemies. Well, except for these guys in the heavy armor. So Nal's over here on this dude. Let's blast him with some dirt and dust. Tab to switch. Plus tab or F1 through F3 to switch between party members during combat. Alright, now this guy's got an earth tag on him. Let's see if I can do something to him. No. Well, it did a lot of damage. It's a laser pillar, the usual, huh? Now, yeah, the fancy G's are nice. I also switch between party members while in tactical pause. Yeah, so I gather. Now this guy's got a water tag on him. I'm kind of messing dudes up. What's homeboy over here doing? Oh, he's about to kick some ass. Come over here and put that on this guy. Alright, these guys are going down pretty easy.
What now, sir?
We aim for the heart. Hephaestus will be trying to escape. We cannot let that happen, and we cannot afford to wait for Lyssandra's return. He will be long gone by then. We must do it ourselves.
Of course.
Dangerous, sir.
No, we have broken into the heart of the White Spire. There are few lines of danger we have left to cross.
Well, sir, if this is how it has to be, then let us do it.
Thank you, Null. And your men as well. Umber will remember this when they fashion the laws of freedom.
But not you, sir.
Come on. We have a man to kill.
I don't think Cyrus is planning to live. Yeah, I'm sure those are all actual Italian words. Portieri means goalkeepers, so guardians in a fantasy setting, you guess? Yeah, something like that. Basically guards. They're basically guards. Alright, now I can go up these stairs. These loading screens are like the opposite of Pillars of Eternity. Some fucking really cool looking environment designs though. Like the art is very nice. Wow, that's a lot of enemies.
Cyrus, it doesn't have to end this way.
I am truly sorry.
Go, sir. We've got you covered.
So I guess I'm gonna let them fight while I chase him. Oh shit. Some abilities apply elemental tags on affected enemies. When an elemental tag is activated, additional effects are invoked. The element type of the activated tag determines the invoked effect. Use Coldstream Wash to apply a water tag on enemies. Use signature attack Ice Blade to activate the water tag to deal a burst of damage. Alright, that's pretty cool. Okay, I'm kind of kicking ass. Now, if I just stand here for a second, is my health gonna regen? Kinda doesn't look like it. Focus is regenning. Health is not. Interesting. This is cool. I like this game.
What? Where is Hephaestus?
Safe. The corridors of the registry are twisted. You know that.
Jennifer
Just
Hale.
like its leader.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do. And you know it. Just because you have that cape on your shoulder doesn't mean that you are blind to the injustices of this broken city.
Cyrus, please.
You know its insides are corrupt, its ways foul.
And even if I did, what then? We are but single entities, Cyrus. How much can one person hope to achieve?
Nothing by themselves, but with people who believe in them, who believe with them.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Please.
You have already cost the city too much. This must end.
I have to fight Jennifer Hale? Oh, I don't think this is a real fight. This is just like a cutscene of me getting my ass kicked.
I am so sorry, my friend. Have you any last words?
The city needs to change, Lucia.
Goodbye, Cyrus Gavar.
Oh no. Wow. Alright, these scenes with like the comic book panels are fucking cool. So she just killed him. Even though they obviously knew and liked each other. Oh, and when you die, your mask evaporates into nothingness, I guess. Is that his soul coming out? Very small. Well, you know she's an important character because that's Jennifer Hale doing the voice. Okay, now we've done the tutorial, we can start the actual game. Whoa. Options disabled for this build from the main menu. That's a little weird. That's fine. I don't need options right now. So let's start the actual game now. Now that we've already gotten a character killed, so it's going well so far. Got killed in the tutorial. Story mode is meant for scrubs. Normal is for also scrubs. Hard is for badasses. I don't feel like being a badass in this game. I'm good with normal. I'll hang out with the scrubs. She'll probably be a mid-game boss. Well, she might end up being an ally as well. She could be a party member at some point. Alright, here we go. Normal mode it is. Normal is the real mode. It's the normal. It's how it's intended to be played by the developers, right? That's why it's called normal. I like when it says loading 100% and then it sits there for like 2 more minutes. Like, why 100% you meant not 100%. No, I decided lately I'm kind of getting tired of playing RPGs on super hard modes. I mean, I'm still playing my Witcher 3 playthrough on Death March, but... Why is this, what's going on here? Is it working? Plus the advantage is if I play on normal instead of hard, I won't have to pause as much, so the pacing of the combat will go quicker, which I think would be kind of cool. What? Is this broken? Am I supposed to click? Uh-oh, I think my game's crashing. I've got the spinny Windows cursor now. That's not good. Doesn't bode well. Just clicking start new game crashes the game. Come on, Masquerada, you can do it. You can do it, Masquerada. Ah, not responding. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Alright, hold on. Let's start it back up here. No, I don't want Windows to check for a solution. There's no solution. Solution is relaunch the game. Hold on. We're relaunching. So enjoy this black screen. Black screen stream. Oh yeah, we've already crashed the game. So maybe this wasn't quite 100% ready to be released. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm sure that's the only time that's gonna happen. There we go. Alright, it's working. Working. Ships.
Ships. Nowhere else in a midnight build are there so many damn ships. Is it true, though? You say a moment you lay eyes on that city, a demon possesses you. It's where all magic comes from, you see. Hey.
They also say the pipe will kill you.
Matt Mercer.
Yet, here we are.
Yeah. The whole trip I tried not to, Cicero. But you made a promise. Going back here ain't gonna do you no good.
I made a promise to my parents, too. To feed them. Give them a better life. I need the money, Varl.
And the question is, are you willing to pay with your soul for it?
I suppose we'll find out.
Into the shadows we go.
I like this style of storytelling, it's really cool.
Breathe it in, Cicero. The smell of a bad decision.
Ah, smells like runic spices to me. Ugh, and sewage.
You joke about it now.
Relax, Varl. I'll see you in a 5-day. I promise.
A promise. If you break it, I swear to 7 sisters that I'll come down to the pits myself to wrangle your skinny neck.
I'll see you when I see you, Captain. Pits or no.
Oh, we have lore. Oh, we have lore to read. This is a Josiah game now. Alright, Ombre. Or Umbra. Umbra, the jewel of the Midnight Belt, acclaimed by all the nations for its wealth and its exotic magic. This is the place that I've called home, the country that banished me in exile. Now I have returned to find little changed. It is still bustling and alive, and it still rests in shadow. Whether I am stepping back onto its wharfs, pacing open arms, or hidden knives, only time will tell. Well, I think it's going to be hidden knives. I can pretty much answer that one for you, pal. Wow, there's going to be a lot of these things to read. I've only unlocked one of them out of, well, as you see, a lot. Characters, oh my god. Look how many things there are, entries for each character. Oh, this is cool. Varl and the Emerita. What is static textures? I don't know what that means, Anonymous. Few can understand the relationship between a captain and his ship. It is a love of a sort, found in few other places. Perhaps the closest relationships I can think of to parallel it would be of those between a tinker and his tools, or a blacksmith and his smithy. But no, looking at Varl and his ship, you'd realize that that wouldn't quite do. The first time I met Varl, he'd been screaming at one of his crewmen for chipping a board along the side of the Emerita. The poor lad was shouldering a shipment of polearms from Tessera and had grazed the hull of the ship. I learned later that this was not an uncommon occurrence. A nick on a mast, a scuff on a floorboard, and off the rails he'd go, screaming, yelling, throwing things about. No one ever got, seriously, hurt, but considering the vigor and passion with which he'd berate his crew, one would think they'd chopped off a toe of his, or burned off an eyebrow. And perhaps in some sense they might as well have. The Emerita was as much a part of him as any of his limbs. His love for the Emerita went far beyond simple fondness. He'd integrated it into his existence. It had entwined itself with the threads that formed his identity. Any offense against the ship was a direct offense against him. Some would say that a craftsman is only as good as his tools. I'm inclined to say this man has taken it quite the step further. Ombre means shadows in Latin. I knew it had something to do with darkness or shadow or night or something, because I just knew from the root or whatever, but I wasn't sure exactly what it meant. Shadows on faces don't move depending on the light propagation. They're just painted on 3D models. Okay. So we have lots of lore. We have lots of characters. What else can I do here? That's the codex. There's not anything about our actual guy here, Cicero. So I can move around. He says, don't you have a job to do? Apparently, it just sent me off running like crazy. Now, I can't just walk up and... Pa, is that? Hush, lass. But... I said hush. So as I walk up to people, they might have little conversations, but I can't seem to actually talk to people or, like, loot crates. Wait a minute. Why does that light up when I mouse over it? Can I do anything with these? I don't think so. Stay out of trouble, citizen. Do I have anything about key bindings? No.
Sir.
Sir,
Relax. You are the coach hands I was told to expect?
that's us. Elena Toth, sir.
Ricardo Toth, at your service.
The coach is nearby?
Just a minute this way, sir.
Here we go with the hidden knives. I'm about to be lured into a trap. The Toth twins, Ricardo. We're gonna be reading a lot of stuff. The Toth twins, Ricardo and Elena 1. The despondency of life in the streets, the life of the contadini, is a powerful force. It whittles away hopes and dreams, it saps energies and buries lusts for life. I have seen it in action all too often, and have had enough personal experience with this dread force to be familiar with it. My family used to live on the verge between life and this state of existence. Death is not a good word to describe it, for we still breathed and moved and ate and slept. But there was a point when we had almost stopped dreaming, almost stopped hoping, almost turned into one of the countless others who walked around, their shoes filled with invisible lead, their shoulders supporting unseen weights. Their eyes, and that was where you could always see it, their eyes were empty shells. Carapaces, carcasses left in the wake of this terrible force. It happened so often I had grown numb to it. Got them both with control click just in case. Contadini equals farmers. Alright, so that's probably basically the peasantry, the working class, the so forth. The Contadini is probably, you know, basically the proletariat, so to speak. Carapace's carcass is left in the wake of this terrible force. It happened so often I had grown numb to it. And then these two came along. Twins, judging by their features, and although their personalities were worlds apart, they both held something I had not expected to find. Lodged somewhere deep behind their brown irises was a glimmer, and nothing more, less it seemed dangerously obvious, of a dream. As I watched them more carefully, I realized the spark showed itself in other facets of the twins as well. In their banter, in the corners of their mouths, in the way they spoke of the future. Something had shielded this treasure that so many others had lost, and though I might not readily admit it, I find myself somewhat envious of them. Perhaps naivete had been their shield. They are still young, and perhaps there will come a time when their eyes will no longer smile the way they do now. But until then, I will be grateful for their presence. I have been morose for too long a time. Perhaps they might teach my heart to smile again. Okay, this is really good so far. This is, Here we go. Nice quick loading times. The docks. I like how I kind of just... Not a good day. Why not? The sky is clear and you got a nice haul. Those damn gulls up there circling overhead. Afraid they're gonna swoop down and swipe a few fish? Yes. Swooping is bad. Swooping is bad? That's a quote from Dragon Age Origins. I think that was meant to be a little joke on Dragon Age Origins right there. So this place does remind me of Venice. I've been to Venice just once. It's a really cool city. Really cool place to visit. I don't know how it would be to live there exactly, but it's a really cool place as a tourist at least. And I am getting a Venice feel. Apparently I can go... That tells me I need to go that way, so obviously I'm going to go this way. Would you look at that? Skewered lamb legs. Ages, but I'm hungry. Do you think they'd spare us a bite? In exchange for a few years of our lives, perhaps. So the people are poor. We're picking up on this. People are poor. There's a lot of corruption. The upper class probably rules over them with an iron fist. There's probably a lot of decadence and corruption in the upper class, in the aristocracy, and the poor contadini have to live in hunger and desperation. Most of them have given up hope. That's what we're getting so far, although everyone seems pretty clean and... I heard the trader was coming back. You keeping an eye out? Nah, I barely remember what he looks like anymore. Wait, am I the trader? I might be the trader. What is this? The docks of Umbra. Cool. There might be no other landmark in Umbra more significant than its docks, which, most days of the year, are occupied by trading vessels and merchant watercraft. Popularly referred to as the Jewel of the Midnight Belt, Umbra has, over the years since its birth, turned into the busiest port in the whole belt. As the nexus of hundreds of trade routes, Umbra's docks see men and women of all nations on its wharfs and serves as a prime platform for people of myriad cultures to mingle, while their vessels are serviced and refueled. The city's beautiful, colorful demographic is just one effect of this mixing. The fortune of having such a capable harbor, as well as such a fine location, has allowed trade to become Umbra's primary form of economic sustenance, and has afforded its reputation reach far beyond the waters. I like how you can just find little lore bits to read randomly around, too. Apparently here's another one. Just in a boat? Aye, to leave this damn city. I thought your trade routes were flourishing. Yes, but even 1,000 crescents cannot stop death from claiming me. Indeed, and death roams our streets far too commonly these days. Aye. Death roaming the streets. We got ourselves a little dog here. Factions. The citizens of Umbra are classified broadly into two categories, the Contadini and the Masquerada, those without Masquerines and those with, respectively. The Masquerada themselves are divided further into the Registry and the Simora, the latter of which comprises the 6 guilds of the city. There is a third faction not often spoken of until recent years, the Mask Runners, an encompassing term that refers to all owners of Masquerines who refuse to align themselves with any of the Simora or the Registry, and consists of dozens of smaller factions that exist too multitudinously to be chronicled here. Alright, so basically the divide between aristocracy and peasantry in this world, or in this city, is based on having a Masquerine, which are the magical masks that give people powers. So it's like a haves and have-nots with magic, essentially. If you have a Masquerine, you have magical powers, and you're part of the upper class. If you don't have one, you're just a scrub. And then the Masquerada, most of them are parts of these like official sort of institutions, but these Mask Runners are basically like people that have magic, but they're not actually, they're like renegades. They're like renegade wizards or whatever, essentially, that aren't part of the establishment. Can't believe you're still saying that, but it's true. Before Cyrus, we were treated like dirt, but now they look upon us like we're a threat. At least there's some respect to be had in that. The price of our lives? No, Cyrus was not on my side, and that's final. Cyrus is the guy we were just playing in the tutorial who got killed. In fact, I think Cyrus is like this guy's brother or something, because I think they have the same last name. I think our character here's name is Cicero Gavar, and I think Cyrus's name was Cyrus Gavar. So I think maybe that was his brother. This is gonna take a while. He's not gonna be happy. You can tell him that cats ate all the apples. Wait, what's going up here? I had 2 different conversations going there. I didn't see both of them. Alright, so that's apparently where I'm... Oh, that's the coach. And that's the 2 twins. Well, hold on. We'll deal with the coach in a minute. Oh, there's another coach. These are some fancy-looking coaches. Nice-looking horses as well. I don't know about this. I'm not very light-fingered. I can't cut purses. That's alright. You'll be the distraction, I'll do the stealing. Alright. Now pass me my shiv. Oh no. What? I left it at home. Wonderful. Just wonderful. We got us a couple of fucking pro thieves here. Some guys have quite a lot of armor. So I don't think there's much else to do here other than go into the... Walk up to this guy, he looks important. Or woman, I can't tell if it's a man or a woman. You notice I'm not running around with a mask on. Seems that names in terms of the setting are Italian words with 1 or 2 letters changed. Yeah, that seems reasonable. You know, can I save the game? There is no save the game. That's not a thing. Unless there's a hotkey for... Oh, here's the hotkeys. Okay, hold on. Pause is space, interact is E, center camera is F. What does that mean, center camera is F? Whatever. Movement, hold position, abilities. I like that I can rebind this stuff if I want to. Mask ability, change stance. Select party members, next, previous, character panel, masks panel, behavior panel, CMB, CMBJ. None of those do anything yet, because I haven't unlocked those. There is no save the game. Apparently if I just for science, we need to check something out real quick. No, I don't want to right now. Hold on. Just keep going.
Flashy. I expected the registry to be spending more on dealing with the war than printing up their carriages.
Oh, actually, sir...
Don't get me wrong, I love the finish, but...
Sir, it's this one.
What?
Okay, that makes more sense.
Well, the less attention we draw, the better for us anyway. Come on, let's see if this butte can get us through the...
Oh shit! It's a flying dagger.
Presents out, all of you. Make no trouble for us, you'll have none yourselves.
Sir, do it.
Oh, we're giving
That's
up our money.
boys. Stop by again, you lot. It was a pleasure.
You're getting bolder by the day.
I would have liked to have seen how bold they felt if they knew he was an Inspectore. I bet they would have thought...
Ricardo!
Hear that, boys? An Inspectore.
They heard you.
No trouble. Words spoken behind a blade. The Inspectore will fetch us some. We don't need the other two. Truly, a pleasure.
We've got this!
Alright, so shit's about to go down. Now, as you notice, I have no magical powers, because I don't have a mask. So all I can do is basically just... I don't even have the little focus shield thing. All I can do is just stand and bang. This doesn't look like it's gonna go well. Let's take out this fucking asshole first. Now her. Now you, big man. It looks like, man, I'm kind of an ass-whooping machine, even without magical powers, though. So they call me an Inspectore, which I'm assuming means inspector. Basically like he's a detective type of person. An agent? A cop? Of sorts? I don't know. Oh, those guys just got wrecked. Can I take our money back now that we gave them? And it sounded like Crescents was the name of the currency, maybe? We handled this shit, twins. That's how we get down. That's how Cicero does his thing.
So, Ricardo, you watched me fight.
He more than watched, sir. He was practically gawking.
Sister.
Relax. All I wanted to know is why you seem so surprised.
Well, 7 Inspectores and none would stoop to a level to have contadini like us present to watch them train.
Doesn't mean you can't steal a glance from the West Wing. The upper levels provide quite the view.
If you don't mind me saying, sir, you're awfully comfortable around us.
What do you mean?
People like us, I mean, contadini, maskless.
You mean people who have lives and dreams and all? I think I'd be more worrying if I was uncomfortable, no?
So obviously they're used to being treated like shit by people that, of a higher class than them.
It's been so long since I've heard that.
Hail Isle?
Slow down, please. That.
Oh, now we're at the entrance to the nice part of
The
town.
Pale Isle. For a city this dark to have a heart so bright. Let's go.
This game is really cool so far.
This is new.
Extra security measures, sir, since the war began.
Uh-oh.
Are they going to inspect or what?
Business?
Transport.
And who are you transport? I see.
Problem, Ilencio?
Carry on.
So I'm kind of a big deal, I guess. As soon as they see me, they're like, oh shit. Go on in. Pale Isle
That wasn't very
Piazza.
polite.
You don't expect them to treat war criminals with politeness, do you?
I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to.
No. Stop the coach, please. I think I'd like a little time to myself, if you don't mind. I'll make my way up to the White Spire when I'm done.
Of course, sir. We'll be at the stables if you need to find us.
Contadani. Press L to view. Contadani. The Masquerada might be the jewels of Umbra, but it is the Contadani that are its lifeblood. A large number of the Contadani are found outside the city, in the lands known as the Echoing Plains. The plains are still within the national borders of Umbra, and settlements in the plains that are collectively known as the Randagia house a great many of the nation's Contadani. Life in the Randagia is relatively simple compared to that in the city. Farming and raising cattle are the most common jobs taken up by Contadani living there. Within the city itself, however, a great many Contadani have taken up residence. To many people from foreign lands, their presence in the city makes no sense. It is a dangerous place, one filled with death and poverty. Yet why does it attract so many of the nation's lower class? Most of Umbra's scholars believe that once enough individuals come together to form a sufficiently large society, that society begins to behave in ways that are independent of, perhaps even detrimental to, the interests of its members. In a way, the city develops a mind, a will of its own to survive and to keep plowing on. So they say, asking why Contadani continue to live in the city is problematic, because it assumes that the individual desires of each Contadani would somehow be reflected in the larger movements of the city, when that is, in fact, not nearly the case. The cyclical rhetoric that has been given is that the Contadani remain in the city because they are a part of it, and, despite their individual desires, have no power as a collective to change that. To a certain degree, I believe in the theory, but I fear it all too well masks a quieter reason for the growing existence of our underprivileged lower class, the potential of fulfillment. Many Contadani glamorize the lives of the Masquerada, and I cannot blame them for doing so. We bend the elements of the world to our will. We live in lavish houses and beautiful vistas. We needn't ever worry about finding food for the next meal. This lifestyle has a strong lure, especially to those of empty stomachs and vacant purses, and has brought a great number of Contadani to the city. These are men and women who harbor the hopes that, by placing themselves in the direct vicinity of the Masquerada, they will one day be able to join their ranks. That hope is not a futile one. I myself have made the transition, although it is not one that often gets fulfilled. Alright, so that's an interesting bit of information. Our boy Cicero here was originally one of the Contadani, and he became part of the Masquerada. He rose up from the peasantry into the aristocracy, essentially, which puts a whole different spin on his character. So now we're at the Pale Isle. We're in the piazza. We're gonna read about this statue, presumably. The Pale Isle. The Pale Isle is the Registry's principal ward, and, by nature of its proximity to the White Spire, mostly exists to serve the desires and wants of the members of the Registry. There are numerous taverns situated in the Pale Isle, as well as other recreational facilities that help the people of the White Spire take the edge off life in the Shadowed City. Oh yeah, their hard fucking lives being part of the aristocracy. First world problems up in here. Alright. Cool. So we got some pretty cool looking trees here. Lots of guards around. And I'm just running about, being a guy without a mask, without a... 12 years! 12 years I slaved him for what? To throw my life away defending those useless lardosses up in the spire? Careful, Cerise. I have a child! She needs me! You know, those little bits of text that pop up in these conversations disappear a little bit quickly if you're trying to actually read them out loud at a normal pace. So this is not a bad part of town. There's some cats. Never really know who's gonna have a little conversation. Mediocrity always the same. Yeah. This guy looks important. Alright, hold on. Before we proceed, we're going to go ahead and end this episode. So if you're watching the stream, I'm not going to stop playing. I just need to end my video. It's going to do it for this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Masquerada, Songs and Shadows.